working on this cool Beatles tune called Norwegian Wood. It turns out that it works perfectly on the banjo, so that's one reason that I thought it would be a really fun lesson for today. Before we get too far into this, I'll just mention that the Beatles recorded this in the key of E, and I am teaching it to you in the key of D. You can just do open D here with the 5th string spiked up at the 2nd fret, 2 frets up from the 5th string peg. If you want to play it in the key of E where it was recorded, just capo at the 2nd fret and spike up 2 frets higher, so 4 frets from the 5th string peg, and play everything that I'm going to show you here today. So again, before we get started, make sure that your 5th string is spiked at the 2nd fret up from the 5th string peg so it fits into the open D chord. And now to get into the phrase by phrase breakdown. The first phrase sounds like this. And what you're going to do for that is you're going to slide up on the 2nd string with your index finger of the left hand from the 8th fret up to the 10th fret, and you're going to play 2-1-5, 2-1-5 roll. So the first 2-1-5 roll is with the slide, and the second one is once you've arrived there at the 10th fret, finish out that second 2-1-5 roll. So again, here it is nice and slow. Next phrase. So with your index finger there on the 10th fret 2nd string, that sets up your ring finger perfectly to go to the 12th fret 2nd string. And with that, you'll play 1 and 2 together with your 2 fingers. Go back to the 10th fret 2nd string, play the 1 and 2 again with the 2 fingers. Bring your ring finger to the 12th fret 3rd string and play 1 and 3 together with your 2 fingers. So again, that sounds like this. And this is what we have so far. Next phrase. So that's pretty easy. You're just going to put your middle finger on the 11th fret 3rd string and play 3-1-5, 3-1-5. Next phrase sounds like this. So for this one, you're going to start with sliding up on the 2nd string from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret. Immediately put your middle finger of the left hand up here on the 5th fret 1st string. And those two together will sound like this. Next, you're going to bring your pinky, it's a bit of a stretch, but you'll bring your pinky to the 7th fret 2nd string. Pick that with your index finger, and then put your ring finger of left hand on the 7th fret 3rd string, and play 3-1-5, 3-1-5. Again, nice and slow. This is what we have so far. Next phrase sounds like this. So to start that one, you're going to slide in on the 3rd string from the 4th fret to the 5th fret, and follow that with putting your ring finger on the 5th fret 1st string, and those two together will sound like this. Next, you're going to go down with your index finger of the left hand to the 4th fret 3rd string, pick that with your index finger. And then you'll end it with what I call the 2-finger version of a D chord. So if you put a full D chord in place, you'll just get rid of the pinky and get rid of the ring finger, and you're left with your middle finger on the 3rd fret 2nd string and your index finger on the 2nd fret 3rd string. And you're going to do a 4-3-2 pinch, and then follow that with this little roll. So that was 2, 4, 3, 2, and then 4, 4, 2 and 3 together, picked with the 2 fingers. So again, that phrase, nice and slow, sounds like this. Next, you'll just take everything that we just did and play it twice in a row, and that makes up the riff that they do recurrently throughout the song. So I'll just go ahead and play that slowly for you, and then we'll go over the chords. And now we'll just go over the chord progression for this. I'll just play through it and put the chords on the screen. But what I will do is kind of break down some of the roll patterns that would work really great for backup, especially if you're singing, because it's fairly simple roll pattern that won't get too in the way of what you're trying to do vocally. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So now you have the riff and you have the chords, and I'll just show you a nifty little roll pattern you can use that's fairly easy to sing to if you're trying to sing this song. But sounds great as backup if someone else is singing it. It works great for that also. So for starters, this one, we're playing it in the key of D. I like the sound of that opened 4th string. So you just don't want to waste it. It just sounds so awesome. So I would say when you're doing the D chord, and you're backing up somebody singing over the D chord, just do what I had mentioned earlier, that 2-finger D chord where you nix the pinky, nix the ring finger, and with that 2-finger chord, you're just left with ring finger on the 3rd fret 2nd string, index on 2nd fret 3rd, and you'll do this roll pattern over that chord shape. So what that is 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, over and over again. For that first section of the song, it only has 2 chords. It's got the D chord, and it's got the C chord. So I would stick to using that 4, 2, 4, 3, 2 roll. The only thing is that when you want to switch over into the second section that goes into the D minor, it's kind of hard to get to that chord quickly, so instead of doing that roll, you can use this little 4, 4, 2, and 3 together. So that sounds like. Going into the D minor section, you'll use, essentially it's the same roll pattern, but you're just going to shift up. Instead of using 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, you will use 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. Sounds like this on got a D minor chord in place. And again, if there's a chord transition that you have a hard time getting to really quickly, it sounds just as good. In fact, add some texture for you to do the 3, 3, 1, and 2 prior to the transition, because then you can get to that chord more quickly and easily. One last little thing to note, it just sounded better to my ear to use this version of the E minor when it comes to the E minor chord instead of using this low one. I thought it sounded nicer to just go ahead and scoot that D minor up 1, 2 frets, and that's the second E minor on the fretboard. So what that is, in case you don't know it, is 5th fret 1 and 2 with your ring in middle, and 4th fret 3 with your index. Again, it's just the D minor scooted up 2 frets. So it's nice and easy transition, and it sounds really cool. Likewise, instead of using the bar A chord, I've never liked the sound of bar chords, just don't like them and they're hard to play anyway. So I used the F shape A chord up here. So, but that's entirely up to you. That's just my suggestion. So that said, I think you have everything you need to go and wow everybody with Norwegian Wood in the next jam session. Lou really wants you to like my YouTube channel and subscribe to my Patreon channel. More banjo means more milk bones.